Feeling overwhelmed about buying your first home in Boise? Who wouldn't be? Whether you're flying solo, buying as a couple, or starting a family, today I'm going to cover what you need to know to buy your first home right here in the Treasure Valley. We'll talk everything from current Boise home market to budgeting tips and mortgage options, all the way to navigating your offer and closing like a pro. I absolutely love when I get to work with first-time home buyers because there is so much magic in buying your first home. I was 21, finishing up college and working as a blackjack dealer in Las Vegas so I could buy my first home. And I can remember it being terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. I didn't have an experienced advisor guiding me through the process, so it was overwhelming, but it can be different for you. So let's dive right in. As of today, Boise and the surrounding Treasure Valley remain one of the hottest housing markets in the nation. In Ada County, home to the city of Boise, the average home price is around $545,000, and in neighboring Canyon County, it's closer to $425,000. But that's just median prices. So there are properties that are great starter homes in the $400,000 range in Boise. So certainly don't let the prices scare you off. Prices here are still more affordable than cities like Los Angeles or Seattle or Portland, but competition at these median home prices and below, so say $300,000, $400,000, are strong. Well-priced homes in Boise will sell quickly, especially in the spring and summer, so being prepared is key. One thing that sets Boise apart is its unique balance between a strong growing economy and a small town feel. We've got urban vibes, so cute images of downtown Boise mixed with outdoor adventure right at your doorstep. This makes the area a magnet for people relocating from larger cities. If you're new to the area, you're in good company. We have so many who have made Boise their home over the past several years. And if you are a longtime local who grew up in the area, you have seen the valley transform before your very eyes. Let's start with a difficult topic, money. And let me dispel the first myth right here. You don't need to have a huge down payment saved up to get started on your home buying journey. That can be one of the most daunting obstacles that keep buyers out of the market, but it doesn't have to be an obstacle at all. You will want to focus on a few financial tasks though. First, saving for a down payment. I know I just said you don't have to have a huge down payment saved, and that still holds true. Depending on the type of loan, you could be looking at as little as 3.5% down or even less. But you also need to plan for closing costs and moving expenses, which can sneak up on you. So my tip is it's important to start saving early, even if it's just a small amount each month. Erica, you just mentioned something called closing costs. What are closing costs? Haha, good question. I'm glad you asked. These are various fees incurred when finalizing your home purchase outside of the down payment that you make. They can include any lender fees, like a loan origination fee. This is a fee that lenders charge for processing your loan. There is an appraisal fee for obtaining a formal opinion of market value. This is used by the bank to justify the amount of your loan. The title company who conducts a title search on your property to be sure there are no other parties claiming ownership of your property. They also provide you with something called title insurance to protect you from someone later claiming that ownership. So the title company has a fee too. My point is there are costs to purchasing a home in addition to the cost of the home. So be aware and be prepared. It's important to understand your credit score because it matters. It can affect not just the loan you qualify for, but the interest rate you'll pay. A score of 680 or higher is ideal, but if you're not there yet, don't worry. There are ways to improve it. Our first inclination may be to pay down credit card balances. And of course, you pay your bills on time, right? But it is more nuanced than that. There are certain loans and balances that weigh more heavily than others. So having guidance on how to tackle debt affecting your credit score should be discussed with a lender who can be sure you are allocating your funds wisely and most efficiently. There are so many pieces to the puzzle when buying your first home. Really, when buying any home, that having advisors like realtors and lenders throughout the process can make the difference between a successful transaction where you were able to buy that first home and an experience where you're just always spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. Let's break down some loan types that are popular with first-time home buyers in Boise. To reiterate, you don't need to bring 20% down in order to buy that first home. Far from it. There are FHA loans, which require just 3.5% down and are great options if your credit score isn't perfect. There are conventional loans, some of which let you put down as little as 3%. However, the higher your credit score, the better your terms will be. There are VA loans, so if you are a veteran, you could qualify for a loan with 0% down. Yes, 0 down. There are also Idaho housing loan products, which cater to first-time homebuyers, offering programs designed specifically for our local market, which is why I always recommend a local lender for first-time homebuyers. One, because they can meet the lender in person, and two, because that lender is here in our city. They are well-versed on the products that are available to you. These programs can get you in for as little as 0.5% down. Once again, there are so many different options out there, which is why it is important to have these discussions with a lender so you know what is available to you. It's important to note that there is a process, and before you start touring homes, you need to be pre-approved for the mortgage. The step is huge because it shows sellers you're serious and it gives you a realistic budget. And this is an easy step because if you're working with me, you've already had conversations with a lender about the products that are available to you. So now getting pre-approved is about supplying that lender with paperwork and details of your income and debt. They'll give you a checklist of everything you need in order to get that pre-approval. Having it also moves the process along a lot faster once you do find that perfect home. Hey, if you're new to my channel, my name is Erica Toffel, Global Real Estate Advisor with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. I specialize in helping you relocate to Boise, Idaho, or if you are already here, buy that first home in Boise, Idaho, or anywhere in the Treasure Valley. If you need help with any of your real estate needs, my information is on the screen. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And if you're watching on your television, you can scan the QR code to contact me directly. And now that we are pre-approved, let's move on to the fun part, house hunting. But before you get lost in dreamy listings, it's important to identify your needs versus your wants. I absolutely suggest we sit down and assess those needs versus wants, like really define them, consider the size, the number of bedrooms, location, and the future growth of your family. Do you need a home office, extra space for kids or in-laws? Your first home may not have all the things you want it to have, but it should have everything you need right now and in the near term, so you aren't outgrowing this home too quickly. Choosing the right neighborhood is also so important. Think about commute times, school districts, community amenities. Boise's neighborhoods all offer something unique, from the hustle of downtown to the suburban feel of Meridian to the outskirts like Caldwell that offer more space. But let's go back to school district again. That can certainly affect where you buy. I recently had some home buyers moving to the state. They were not first-time home buyers, but schools were important to them. They found a new home, really loved it in a cute neighborhood with great schools. But the community is borrowing schools from a different district, not just a different zone within the same district, but an entirely different district. So we had to have a conversation about whether that was okay, that they may end up in different schools by the time their kids went to middle school or high school. And this is why it is so important to work with a trusted real estate advisor. Not only can we help you find the best listing on and off the market, but we make sure you have answers to questions you didn't even know to ask, like the example earlier with the school districts. Plus, when it comes time to make that offer, we'll help you analyze what a fair price is based on market trends, especially when buying a resale home. And we will be sure you're getting all available incentives offered by a builder if you're buying new construction. So let's talk about that for a minute. Should you go for an older home or a new build? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Older homes might need some updating, but they offer character and established neighborhoods. Be ready for potential maintenance and renovations, but sweat equity can definitely improve the upside of this kind of purchase. New builds, on the other hand, come with warranties, including a 1-year builder's warranty, so you'll have that peace of mind, but there may be other expenses like landscaping or appliances that aren't included in the home, like a fridge or a washer and dryer. If you can get into a brand new community, then you may see instant equity as the neighborhood gets built out and prices go up. In all honesty, sometimes the decision is made for you based on other criteria. I had a lovely couple that I worked with who wanted to be close to work. Both of them work downtown. New construction is not an option in downtown because, well, it's just not affordable. So we had to search existing homes, some of which were pretty beat up. But the one we found for them, the appraisal came in well above what we were paying for it. Again, it goes back to having that trusted real estate advisor who can negotiate well on your behalf. In a different instance, I had first-time home buyers who absolutely had to have new construction because they needed the incentives in order to bring down the interest rate they were going to pay, and they needed enough space for their large family. In which case we got them a little bit farther out on the outskirts of town because commute time was not a factor for them, but we ended up in an area that they had never even originally considered, and they were able to get more for their money with a fantastic backyard for their kids. Let's take a quick poll. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely confident, how confident do you feel about entering into negotiations for a home purchase? Share your rating in the comments below. Once you've found the home, it's time to make an offer. If it's a resale home, I'll help you base that offer on comparative market analysis to ensure it's a competitive offer but fair. If it's new construction, I'll help you navigate builder incentive, things like upgrades or closing costs. I say this often, but making an offer is more than just filling out some paperwork with a price on it. It's negotiating terms that work for you, whether that is seller concessions, earnest money, that's good faith deposit, timelines, or another term specific to your situation. But negotiating doesn't stop at the offer. There's always the chance the seller makes a counter offer. I'll help you navigate those, and I'll also guide you through how to handle inspection issues that pop up. Have we talked about inspections? I don't think so. Once you're under contract on a home, we will schedule an inspection of the home. A qualified professional inspects the home and provides us with a report of anything he finds that might need attention, any potential issues with the home, leaky roofs, busted furnace, mold, things you will want to know before you finalize the purchase. I have a video on the role of the home inspector, so if you are watching this and prepping to buy your first home, I would definitely check that one out too, so you understand all the things an inspector might find. And just as a recommendation, I'd have an inspection done whether the home you are buying is new or old. If it's a resale, don't be afraid to negotiate for repairs, and don't worry, I would walk you through that process and do it on your behalf. Finally, the home stretch, closing. After your offer is accepted, we'll schedule a home inspection, which we just talked about. Your lender will also have an appraisal completed. These are critical steps to ensure that the home is in good shape and priced right. The appraisal confirms the value of the home aligns with your offer and gives you peace of mind that, well, to the lender and to you, that your offer warrants the price you're paying. Before closing, we'll do a final walkthrough to ensure everything is as it should be. Repairs have been made and the home is clean. If any surprises pop up, like repairs that weren't finished, I'll help you navigate solutions before signing the final papers. When we do go to sign the final papers, I'll be there with you. Last minute questions come up and it's nice to have them answered right away. But our relationship won't end there. I am around as your trusted resource going forward. So when you have a question about who to call for a window repair, or if you aren't sure about a certain rule in your community, but you're not sure who to reach out to, well, that's when you just call me. Buying your first home in Boise is a big step, but with the right planning and guidance, it's totally doable. From saving up to making an offer, I'll be there every step of the way. For more videos about Boise, Idaho real estate, click on one of my videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.